Twitter, #Judge Jenine. Joining me now with reaction to my open and more on this dangerous crime eroding our cities across America, host of In Pursuit with John Walsh, crime investigator and tireless victims advocate, John Walsh. Thanks so much, John, for being with us. I mean, I don't think there's anyone who has experienced a more horrific crime, who has spent more time fighting crime with the energy and the enthusiasm that you have.
No.
Why are we here, and how do we get out
John
of this?
Walsh.
Well, Judge, that was a hell of an open. I've known you for a long time. You were a kick-ass prosecutor, and you still got the passion, just like I do. And we're in trouble. We're in trouble. You know, since my son was murdered in 1981, I've been calling it the criminal injustice system, that the whole system is broken, and it's everybody's problem. It doesn't. The criminals don't care if you're Republican, right or left. I'm a registered independent, but I've testified before Congress over 100 times in the last 35 years. I've testified before every state legislature, and we've never been in this shape. Just let me read you a couple stats. Crime rates are now worse than they were after the Civil War. 338 cops went to work one day this past year and never made it home, men and women. We had a record number of homicides, 22,000 murders. It's the highest number of murders since the FBI started keeping homicide records in 1960. Murders are up 30% all over this country. Chicago, a beautiful, beautiful city. I've ridden with the Chicago police and task forces there. They had 875 murders last year. 4,000 people were shot in Chicago. That's a
terrible,
50% increase in murders.
Sorry to hear that.
750% increase in car break-ins.
We don't
saw that
deserve
video
this.
of that gang going up and down cars, banging the windows and taking stuff. Portland, Oregon, want to defund cops? You mentioned them. They are up 83%.
People are afraid of the cops or afraid of not having cops. We gotta get in the middle, right?
Because you broke in your house in the middle of the night. Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
Murder rate is up 83% in there. Mass murders. We're the world's champion of mass murders. 470 mass murders in the United States last year. 437 dead. 2,000 wounded. And you know what? We're the richest, most powerful country on the planet, but we had 24 school shootings. Nobody in the first world sends their kids to school except Americans and wonder whether they're going to come home alive. We're still #1 in sex trafficking of children. We put a man on the moon. We got billionaires sending rockets up in the air for a 5-minute ride, and we're #1 in sex trafficking of children. And the border, I've ridden
Shows you where they're worried about.
on horseback and Blackhawks. We broke the record this year. 278% more people came over that border. 1.7 million people were reported.
What's the answers, John?
And they guesstimate about 700,000 gotaways. Those are the young single guys that are going at night. They caught 325 gangbangers during the daytime. I'm saying 500 of them got over the border at night.
Okay,
and it's not just at night.
Your stats, I mean, you could go on forever. I love listening to you. How do we get out of this? I only have a minute left. How do we get out of this?
Vote, 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 vote. People are apathetic. In other parts of the world, in Kabul, the women with the Taliban threatening them vote. In Australia, 100% people vote. 98 in New Zealand. I ask people all the time, do you know your 2 U.S. senators? Do you know who you sent to the House? Do you know who you sent to your state legislature? Nobody's able to tell me. We need to change. We need to say, my God,
I'm running for office.
Richest, most
Maryland.
country on the world, and we're the most
Governor.
violent. Why?
Independent.
Are we held prisoner in our homes?
Hope you're with me, John.
All these creeps, and you mentioned it.
You live here.
The public's apathy. Get off your ass and vote. Get out there and work.
How about run for office?
I worry about people. Doesn't matter whether you live in Beverly Hills or out in the Hamptons. You still can be a crime victim. You can't hide yourself. You can't isolate. We shouldn't put up with this. And the media, start reporting all these crimes. Stop trying to cover up the guy at the White House. I'm a centrist. I know Joe Biden, but they're doing a horrible job. America's out of control. Crime rates are skyrocketing.
He sounds like me when I'm fired up.
How could we allow
Hope they don't lock you up, John.
murders in Chicago?
They're trying to lock me up.
That's more than all the capitals in Europe put together.
And you know
it's
what,
time
John?
to get off our ass.
And the clearance rate in Chicago is one of the lowest in the country. In other words, they don't make arrests on these crimes. They don't even look to close these cases. John Walsh, you are without a doubt one of the most
Jelani
people on the issue of law
Day,
enforcement
is that your
in the
name,
United
brother? I
States.
apologize if I've gotten it
Thank you so much
wrong.
for being with us tonight.
Armada Aubrey.
Thank you for having the passion you still do, Judge.
You too.
Thank you
And you
both.
can catch